back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kitwana. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell. Remember to like, comment, share as well. My email will be linked in the description below. That's kitwanaskorner@gmail.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram at kit.wana. So, as you can see by the title below, today's video will be the first episode for a series I'm starting on my channel. So the series will be called, the name of the series is Let's Talk About It, and it's pretty much me addressing topics that I feel like don't get enough attention within the media, questions, and basically sharing my unpopular opinions with you guys. Now, for a disclaimer, these are solely my opinion. It's okay to have different views, that's fine. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so for the first topic, it would be giving up on love after a heartbreak. So, you know, on TikTok or Instagram, people might post and say, love no real. I saw this tweet on Instagram recently. It said that, why do guys don't believe in love? And the response was that because somebody broke their heart in the first grade. Personally, I feel like you giving up on love, or somebody giving up on love solely because they got their heart broken, is giving too much power to a person or a situation. But I feel like, say, you just need to go through your heartbreak, feel all you need to feel, cry if you need to cry, let it out, heal in a healthy fashion, and move on. But if it is that you desire love, you desire marriage, you desire to have a family, I don't feel like you should give up because you put your trust, or you know, you really thought you were in love or whatever, and somebody broke your heart. No, move on, wish them well if you can, and on to the next. Your life don't stop at a situation, your life don't stop at a heartbreak. So yeah, and I personally believe, again, personally, these are my views, I believe that there's somebody for everybody. So learn the lessons that you need to learn from that particular heartbreak. Identify what caused it, or what issues may have been happening within yourself that, you know, could have caused you to choose the wrong person. I'm not saying to blame yourself, but do some form of self-assessment and move on. Yeah. The second topic will be transitioning into adulthood, the things that people don't really address. So, you know, people will tell you that, oh, your 20s, they're gonna be the best years of your life and all these wonderful things. But people don't really tell you how much uncertainty there is linked with being in your 20s. Like, uncertain about like everything, school, your life, you don't know if you do the right things. People don't really talk about that. And if it is that you're experiencing these things, I believe it is normal based on my own experiences and people whom I have talked to. So yeah, it is normal. You just need to be patient with yourself, talk to God about it, and try to go through as best as possible. But it is okay to not have life completely figured out in your 20s, especially if you're in your early 20s. It's perfectly fine, right? Just don't become complacent in the uncertainty. And the other topic is, which was pretty controversial some time ago within the media. It's well, it's more of a question, whether or not men should cry. No, I definitely don't see why men should not cry. They're human beings. They have tear ducts for a reason. Once you have the ability to cry, I think it's pretty normal to do so, despite whether you're a male or female. I think it's quite beautiful for a man, you know, given how men are, and they're told by society, oh, you're a man, you should not cry, you should not this, you should not that. I think it's beautiful for a man to be moved by a situation that he just allows himself to be human and just ball if you need to ball. Like, I don't see why it was such a big thing whenever, ball if you need for ball. No biggie. You're human. It doesn't make you less of a man to cry, basically. Guys, if you see me looking down, I'm reading from this. I hope it's not too distracting for you. But the other topic would be identifying or a particular red flag that you can see or you should be able to identify while dating or in a relationship. Bearing in mind that dating and being in a relationship, they're two distinctly different phases of dealing or being with somebody. But I feel like a red flag would be if you realize that you have to change who you are. You have to change the core of your beliefs, what you stand for, all of that, just in order to accommodate this person. I feel like that's a no-no. It don't make no sense. I feel like you should just count your losses, just count it as a loss at that point before there's any further damage, because it does not end well. I don't think it ends well in a situation like that. If it is that you believe in, to be extreme, if you believe in Christianity, you believe in God, Jesus, and this person, you feel emotionally attached to them and you love them or whatever, but they're an atheist, it probably will not work out. I don't even know if you can make it past the dating phase in such a situation. But if you realize you have to change who you are and your beliefs, then no. And I mean, we all have flaws, so if it is that this person is helping you to overcome a flaw or better yourself in some way, then cool. But like the center of who you are, no, it don't make sense. Alright, so the other topic other question is, can males and females be just friends? Now, people may disagree, but I definitely feel like you can be just friends with males. I have 3 really close guy friends. They're like family to me, to be honest. I feel like once there's no hidden agenda, why not? They're like, why not? Yeah, like once you see them in a particular light. For me, those guys are like my brothers, my older brothers, and they reciprocate the same thing. There's no hidden agendas. Sure, why not? Yeah, I won't say too much on this, but yeah. So the next topic will be losing friendships that you thought would last a lifetime. Personally, I feel like even though you may want a friendship or somebody to be in your life forever, we just have to be able to know when it's the end of the road for a friendship or somebody to be in your life. You can end a friendship and move on without bitterness, without any beef or shading or anything like that, especially as big people, right? Feel like you can just move on. It may not be the easiest thing to do, especially if you have an attachment to a friendship, like if it's a best friend or whatever, but being able to distinguish when a person's journey has come to an end in your life is quite crucial to me. Letting go of dead ends and friendships that are no longer fruitful, that's definitely key to me. And it's not even, you can definitely end a friendship on a not so sour note, because as we grow, as we get older, as we evolve, or life changes, our lives will change, or interests will change, or priorities will change. We have people who are parents, people who are wives, people, things happen, life changes, people change. It's okay to just move on. If you see an opportunity you can definitely, that this person can benefit from, I don't see the problem in still putting them on, but you don't have to necessarily have them close or in your circle, even if you were like real close before. It's okay. Okay? Yeah. So another thing that I want to talk about, it's not allowing your past experiences to determine who you become or who you are. For example, I think it's important for us to be able to do some amount of introspection to, you know, determine when our inner child is what's affecting who we are as adults. For example, just for clarity, let's say for example you grew up with parents who they never really show much affection, you know, them never too huggy, them never too kissy or tell you that they love you often. That doesn't mean they don't love you, but they did not display this form of physical affection to you as a child. As an adult, this may impact you in that you don't like hugs, you don't like kissing, you don't like physical affection. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that there's something wrong with this. I'm saying if it is that you realize that this is because of something that happened when I was a child, your inner child is speaking more now within a relationship as an adult, it's okay to like do some introspection, spend some time alone, go to therapy if you need to, address whatever situations, but you don't have to say, okay, I am this way because that's what happened, or I am this way, take it or leave it. I feel like we're all the authors of our, other than God, right? The author of our lives, but we need to come out of the passenger. I feel like we need to come out of the passenger seat for our lives, like get in the driver's seat, take full control. You don't have to just float and accept whatever comes along just because of your past. Make sense? Yeah. So the other thing I want to talk about is the importance of prioritizing your mental health. If you know me personally, you know I'm big on mental health. Like, I'm gonna run certain joke when it comes to mental health and mental illnesses. We live in a society that does not really prioritize it or show as much emphasis on mental health and illnesses as it ought to. But I feel like if it is, you know, you are challenged with depression or anxiety, if you have been diagnosed, I think we as a society should aim to reach at a point where we're lifting the stigma off of it, because I mean, especially for depression, it's a battle between your mind. Like, it's literally a battle to stay alive in some cases. It's draining physically, mentally and emotionally. And depression is not just sadness. Having anxiety is not just being nervous. Like, there's so many other things that can happen because of these problems that you may have, and I'm just speaking about those two for example. But you have others. You have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You have a whole heap of them. But if it is that you feel flustered, I think we all should find some form of healthy coping mechanism to just step away from all the chaos. If you become overwhelmed, just step away from everything, focus on yourself, get your mind in order, and proceed. Personally, sometimes if I'm overwhelmed, I like to just be alone. Like, I don't want to see anybody, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't even want to use my phone. I just want to be alone, and just sit and get my thoughts together, get like what I need to do, put pen to paper, and just, you know, but don't feel ashamed because you have struggles with a mental illness. Seek help. You can always DM me if you want to talk or vent or whomever. Just find an avenue, a healthy outlet to de-stress, to get your mental health at a level that's healthy, right? And I also want to make mention of the importance of spending time alone to heal and forgive people of past pain or trauma. Again, this could be somewhat interconnected with, you know, prioritizing your mental health. But basically, do what you have to do. Go to therapy if you need to. Yeah, but don't take it lightly. Don't judge others, and prioritize yourself, because as I always say, and sometimes I don't even take my own advice, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. So yeah, we just gotta do what we gotta do. So the other topic that I wanna address is protecting your peace, removing yourself from toxic situations or from among toxic people. I think this is so important because, well, for me, like anything, like literally the only thing that can probably mess with my peace and I don't snip and get it out of the way is school and work. Anything else, I kind of have a mindset these days that I not have to deal with, and extra stress is, who wants extra stress? Like, we're trying to live our best lives, like we don't have time for that. I feel like if you're in a friendship with somebody and their friendship causes you to feel drained or it's toxic, or even if you're in a relationship, it may be hard, but I feel like we should try to pull from somewhere, get the strength, and just walk away from the situation. It makes no sense, and especially for relationships. I know people may say, oh, me not leave because me stay with him when him never have nothing, and me for just walk out, make somebody else come and take all our me bill, and we're not trying to do that. We not, personally, once again, these are my opinions, okay? Me, I will tell anybody, cut and go on. Once it's interfering with your peace, once you realize that you can be happier and more at peace outside of a situation, let go of the years, let go of whatever, and just go. I realize that it may not be as simple as I'm trying to put it, because especially if it's like a marriage, or you know, you are attached to this person, especially if you have anxious attachment, yeah, it may not be the easiest thing. Or if there's a child or children involved, it's even more sticky. But I feel like if you know deep down that this isn't where you should be, and this relationship or friendship isn't serving you, or it's not giving what it's supposed to give, just try to find the strength, pray about it, and leave. I don't think there's anything as important as, there's nothing more important, or a relationship more important than your peace or your happiness. Once it's costing your peace, it's really costing too much. So alright guys, so for the other topic, it would be not disclosing what you're looking for, or exactly what you're looking for, exactly what your type is, whenever you're asked by someone who you may be trying to get to know better, or you know, something like that. My reason for saying this is, it makes no sense to give somebody the roadmap to appeal to what you want, or give them the key. No, scratch that. Don't give them the roadmap to pretend if they have to in order to get what they want. And again, let me say, so let's say for example, an analogy is a guy meets a girl, them exchange number on the road, and they're home texting. So now he's like, cause him knows that him like her, so he wants a relationship. So now he's like, so what's your type? What do you look for in a guy? Me personally feel like this question is a trick. Like, be as vague as you can, you know. I mean, like, some fundamental things you can disclose, like if you want a man of God, yeah, sure, but don't go into no nitty-gritty and no specifics to tell him exactly what you want. I feel like you kind of set up yourself to be hurt that way, because people can, especially while they getting to know people can literally just put on a facade and pretend to be what exactly you want for however long they want to pretend. And we don't want that. That leads to heartbreak, that leads to hurt, that leads to pain. So feel out people. You make your own observations while you're getting to know somebody. You determine on a logical level, if possible, if this is what you want. Don't settle. And yeah, But don't run and tell nobody, say, oh, I want a guy that drives a Mercedes or is 6 feet. I don't know, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Just don't disclose exactly what it is you want. Yeah, learn people on a genuine level, and then you both decide if this is what you want without settling. I do not believe in settling, so yes sir. Alright, for the final question, it would be, well, the final topic, realizing what society deems as beautiful and also realizing that it can be unrealistic. So if society tells us that you need to have perfectly clear skin, I mean, aspire for these things because I'm working on my skin. Who don't want clear skin? Tell me. Exactly. But don't try to conform to the unrealistic expectations of society. Society tells us that we need to look a particular way to be deemed beautiful or attractive or whatever. I'm not to subscribe to that. I feel like we're all beautiful in our own way, and I really would not want somebody to have really bad confidence or self-esteem based on what society tells us that we need to look like. I think we need to be able to differentiate that society says X, I look like Y, and that is perfectly fine. I'm not saying don't improve yourself. Self-improvement is definitely key, but do not shrink yourself or play yourself small or shortchange yourself or feel less than because you don't look like society's definition of beauty, or you don't look like the Instagram famous models or whatever. Work on you and make sure you're making the adjustments for your improvement because that's what you want, but not necessarily because you're trying to adhere or conform to what society says is beautiful. Yeah, so thank you so much if you've made it this far to the video. Thank you so much for staying with me. This is episode 1, so episode 2 will be coming right after. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you disagree with anything that I've said, you can let me know. If you agree, you can definitely let me know as well. Again, these are my opinion. We're all able to have our own opinion on things, and that's fine. But please remember to like the video if you liked it. Comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell so you can be notified the next time I drop another video. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.